You can see here that we have 3 corridors. The one that we arrived from, and also one to the left and one to the right. What you are looking at here is a maze. And it's not a big maze. And you may be thinking that's okay. If it's small, then you can backtrack and find a different route, which is somewhat possible. But with this maze, if you backtrack down certain corridors, it takes you to a different place entirely. We can get through this with, I believe, 14 corridors. So without delaying any further, let's go down the most efficient route. Someone, if they had the time, could potentially map out this whole maze, but then again, why would you want to? Now, with only 2 corridors here, you may be forgiven for thinking that this is the way to go. No, in this location we need to go back down the left corridor.
Oh, this looks like it might prove a little difficult.
I am very, very thankful to the person who discovered how to get through this maze as easy as this.
Wow! It was worth coming here.
I hope so.
A young tree. I think this is an hourglass. A fully grown tree. Looks very impressive.
It looks like an eye. Although we can't actually open it from here. But there are some wooden doors. Why did he walk that way? Oh, this looks like a crystal ball to me.
The crystal ball. I found the crystal room Magla was talking about. That was Stonehenge, completely destroyed. How come?
It looks like Stonehenge in the present day. We have seen something like this, I believe, in the dining room upstairs. No, it's not. Is it the dining room? The council room? There was a room for eating food. The room next to the library. Let's call it that.
This apparatus looks like it's intact. Another relief, the old tree.
What would we call that room? A meeting room? A council room? The room with the bloody big table?
This apparatus is completely ruined. Oh well, bad luck.
I hope that this is not the one that we need to use.
A relief of a young tree, just like the one outside.
Alright. Let's go back and speak to Maglaw. And let him know the good news. See, he walks through this way perfectly normal. There is one piece of good news for us. We don't have to deal with that maze anymore. Oh.
Maglaw, there you are. Where have you been?
I have been conferring with my brothers. Our situation is delicate. Surston's preparations seem to be almost complete. What news have you? Have you made any progress?
I have. I've been in the room where the crystal ball is hidden. I've found it.
Indeed?
Yes, it's behind the labyrinth, hewn deep into the rock.
Well, what did you see? What does Surston do there?
I think he uses the crystal ball to look into the future. Or the past.
How do you know? What did you see?
I saw Stonehenge, but nothing was moving there. I think to use the ball, you'd have to understand the apparatus standing there. The one with the movable beads.
The movable beads? What movable beads? What do they look like?
Like those over there.
Ah, you mean the calendar.
That thing's a calendar?
Yes.
Is it set to today's date?
Yes, of course. According to our system. To the day, exactly.
But the one I found had far more options than this one.
Then I cannot help you. Surstan must have extended our calendar system.
Maybe we'll find the solution together. Why don't you come with me to the room where the crystal ball is? Then I'll show you.
I cannot come with you. I have certain tasks to perform in the monastery. Surstan will become suspicious if I disappear for too long.
Is there a set time for the ritual to take place?
The ritual must take place on a certain day, at a certain hour. The power can only be transferred under certain constellations of the moon and the stars.
And when is that?
The constellation under which the ritual must be performed is due in 2 days, at the 6th hour after nightfall, precisely.
I may have an idea. I'll take another good look around.
You do that. If you find out how Surston is planning to perform his ritual, we may be able to prevent it.
Melanie? Sorry to interrupt you, but I've got to tell you something. I've made an important discovery.
Not now, Brent, please. I'm on to something interesting here. Can't you wait a couple more minutes?
All right. I suppose I'll manage. I'll be back later.
There is one difference with this calendar. It seems to be missing 2 beams. We have 5 sections, or 5 beams. And this one is in 14 different segments. 6 different segments, 4, 8 and 12. Now, if we look at the position of where these balls are, this is in the first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Now this is something that we need to remember. It's a good job that I didn't play around with this earlier. Well, I did, but I put it back together again where it should be. So let's head back down to the underground. I'm having some problems finding words today. The cavern. I could just say the crystal ballroom. He's doing it again. Why? Right, so here we go again. Although let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, right, that's fine. This is throwing me off slightly. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Yeah, certain sections of this beam are slightly longer than the others. I think they're meant to represent hours at the top, night and day in the second one. I'm guessing hours, days, months, years. I mean, you can play around with this if you want to. But all we do is we see Stonehenge in night or day, ruined or complete. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then... Alright, let's just move this one along. Okay, it's working fine. I just thought that Halligan made a comment here, but obviously not. Now, we need to set the calendar to the... not only the day, of the sacrifice, but also to the correct hour. Let's switch this back to night again. This one apparently is days, so it's 2 days from now, because the calendar upstairs is on the first day. And this... I believe is hours, so it should be on 6. Now, if I haven't ballsed this one up, this should show us the events of the sacrifice in a couple of days' time.
What was that? It must have been the ritual. That's what's going to happen. I must tell Maglor at once.
We will. Although, I could be... One thing I haven't done is actually examines these balls. I wish I hadn't said that now.
I wonder what these settings mean.
Okay. I thought that I may have missed a hint, but as you just seen, there are no hints. I don't think it matters which way we go. The meeting room is at the halfway point anyway. Oh, he's moved again. Nope.
Maglor!
There you are. I have been looking for you everywhere.
Maglor! I figured it out. The apparatus with the movable beads in the room where the crystal ball is hidden really is a calendar. It works just like the one in the assembly chamber, but with an additional day and night cycle and an hour schedule. I entered the time of the ritual, and Serstan appeared in the crystal ball.
What was he doing?
He was holding a staff decorated with runes, which suddenly began to glow. Then he picked up a golden sickle.
A staff. He used a bewitched staff to summon the power. If we find that staff, Serstan will not be able to perform his ritual.
Where could he be keeping it? I've searched the whole monastery and found nothing.
The temples. We must go to the temples.
How do we get there? I haven't seen any exit.
The Christian monks built this monastery in such a way that it is only accessible through a secret tunnel. Serstan uses that to his advantage, as it allows him to control us. Anyone wishing to leave the monastery is blindfolded and guided by Serstan himself. Nobody can leave here without Serstan.
Where are they? Bring them to me!
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Out there! I think I heard Serstan's voice. He's looking for us.
Damn it, that's all we need. Lock the door, and then let's get the hell out of here.
And just how do we get out of here?
How do we get out now?
I don't know.
Open up, traitors!
The door won't hold him up for very long.
Now, are you ready for a big leap in logic?
That's a bedsheet made of linen.
Yes, we need to take this bedsheet, and no, we don't fold it up and climb out the window. We burn it. If I can find the hotspot. Yes, we have burnt a hole in some bed linen.
Now there's a hole in the sheet.
Prepare yourself for this one.
Right, let's get out of here.
But how?
Here, with this parachute.
What's going on in there?
Well, come on, damn it.
We will fall to our death.
But we've got no alternative but to jump. Now hold on. Do you hear that? What is it?